Hello guys, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, then welcome to the channel. We watch loads of different things, but something that I have been really wanting to watch, and I have been watching, is for the very first time seeing classic Who. We've already seen the first set of episodes, and now we are moving on to the next set. This is the first episode of the Dalek storyline called The Dead Planet, and from what I can, figure out from it being the first episode of the Daleks, this is going to be the introduction to the Daleks in the Doctor Who universe. So it's going to be interesting to see how they bring the salt and pepper pots into the dustbins into the old universe, and how they play into the story, how they sound, how they are in the scenes. I'm super excited to see this because the Firemaker last one, I thought the whole storyline of that last story was very well put together, and I really want to see how this is done. Also, before we start, even though I'm a huge fan of Doctor Who, having seen all of the new series, but basically none of the classic Who's in comparison, I love it, but I don't know every piece of information, so I will say random things that come into my brain that may or may not be correct, but I'm just taking it on face value and telling you what I see on the screen and what my brain kind of interprets it as. Right, let's dive right in. It's funny how I'm so used to seeing this intro now, whereas when I first started it, I was so used to seeing the modern Doctor Who intros that this almost seemed ironically alien to me. Doctor Who!
Now what is the radiation read, Susan?
So we're going back to see this bit.
Pretty normal, Grandfather.
Then the radiation dial. The Dead Planet. I quite like that, how they've done that. The shot behind. Join me with a cup of tea or coffee, by the way. Almost looks like 3D print. Do you know what I mean? Like an embossed print.
There's been a forest fire. Everything's sort of white and ashen.
The heat must have been indescribable. It's all turned to sand and ashes.
Oh, there you go. It's back to normal.
How can shrubs or trees grow in soil like that?
They can't.
There's quite a breeze blowing.
I was going to say, the wind.
Well, look at the branches and things.
They're all still. I love that you can even hear it on the microphones as well, the wind. They're dead.
Like stone, look. Very brittle stone. It
Hence the Dead
crumbles
Planet.
when you touch it, look.
It's petrified. How fascinating, a petrified jungle. Extraordinary. Couldn't have been heat then.
No.
An age of merry decay.
What could have caused it, Grandfather?
I don't know, but I intend to find out.
Chemicals in the air, maybe?
Ian, where are we?
I don't know.
Well, why doesn't he take us back?
I'm not sure that he can.
I don't know.
Ever?
I don't know. All the answers are just I don't know.
I hate it as much as you. I'm just as afraid. But what can we do?
Well, we could at least stay near the ship.
Yeah.
The ship's no good without him.
Because they can't operate.
He seems to have a knack of getting himself into trouble.
It does.
You think there's any danger?
Not necessarily. We'll be all right.
You got each other.
Well, I suppose we'd better make sure he doesn't fall down and break a leg. Don't you ever think he deserves something to happen to him?
Yes.
Ah, that's a bit harsh. I know they have a slight dislike for him as it is. I do still.
Grandfather, look!
It's a flower.
A perfect flower. We've even kept some of its colour. I'm going to try and pick it and keep it all in one piece.
Oh, be careful. It'll be very fragile.
I still want Ian and Barbara to become a couple. I think they'd make a great couple.
When I get it back to the ship, I'm going to put it into a glass. Ian! And then I'll track it.
Coming!
Oh no, and he's killed. Oh.
What is it? What's the matter?
It's like a glass plant. What is that thing? It's like an alien toad. It just goes, ribbit, ribbit.
It's all right.
Oh, it's not a toad. It's an alien lizard.
Like everything else in this place. Solid stone.
It's hideous.
Yes, it is. Nothing on Earth could look like this.
But you're wrong about one thing, Chesterfield. This isn't like everything else. The animal is sort of solidified, certainly, but it's not crumbly stone. It's metal. Yes, it always was.
Oh.
What, even when it was alive? But that's impossible.
Or it is alive.
No, I tell you, this is an entirely different formation. There's some pliable metal held together by a magnetic field.
He looks so much different. His hair's all puffed up and glasses.
We're not on Earth then.
Certainly not.
No, we're not on Earth anymore.
Are you sure?
And you need to look at me like that, young man. We started this journey far too hurriedly to make any calculations. You know that as well as I do.
Hey, Grandfather, look, the jungle ends over there. Counted so much on just going back.
Oh, bless her.
Things I recognize and trust. But here, there's nothing to rely on, nothing.
Well, there's me. Barbara,
Will you be my wife?
all I ask you to do is believe. Really believe. We'll go back.
I wish I was more like you. I'm afraid I'm a very unwilling adventurer.
Well, I'm not exactly reveling in it myself.
Do they become a couple? I mean, don't tell me if they do.
Grandfather's talking about fixing up position by the stars. Anything in the ship that records the journeys?
Oh, yes. There's a meter fixed to a great big bank of computers. If you feed it with the right sort of information, it can take over the controls of the ship and deliver you to any place you want to go.
Then why don't we know where we are?
And it's broken as well.
I don't say that Grandfather doesn't know how to work the ship, but he's so forgetful. Well, he likes to work on his own.
So I've noticed. Oh, Doctor, have you worked out yet how all this happened?
Whatever it was destroyed everything that was living. The planet is dead. Totally dead.
Yes, it is completely and utterly dead.
Barbara! Doctor! Over here!
What's he found?
You really must get that.
Oh, a civilization, I say.
It's fascinating.
Well, Doctor, can you see anything? Any sign of life?
Wait, are they the...
No sign of life. No, just buildings.
They remind me of the Jodie Whittaker glasses. You know, the ones she wears when she welds.
What do you think, Doctor?
I don't know. I shall know more about it when I've been down there.
Down there? Oh, no. We're going back to the ship.
Now, don't be ridiculous.
But we've got to be curious.
Do what you like. As long as you don't endanger the rest of us.
Very well, then. I shall look at it myself alone.
You're the only one who can operate the ship. I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Doctor.
Ian's taking control a little bit. He's going to escape in the middle of the night, isn't he? Oh, I love that. Like a little... Is it like a miniature set? That's brilliant. I appreciate all the set building and that they've done. Because back then, obviously, they didn't have CGI and all that stuff. And I much prefer practical effects. Oh, Susan, what are you doing? Okay. Is it the Daleks? It's kind of creepy. You just sent... Who's that? Uh-oh. Don't worry, it's Ian, it's Ian.
You're safe now.
There was someone there. Was it a person from the other civilization, or...?
Did Susan tell you what frightened her?
Yes, she's convinced that someone touched her, and I tried to make her see it wasn't possible, but I'm afraid she wouldn't listen to me. I wonder, would you have a talk with her?
Yes, of course I will.
Yes, you know, sometimes I find the gulf between Susan's age and mine makes difficult understanding between us.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, would you? Thank you. Thank you very much.
She's got like a
What
little
are you
school
doing?
desk.
Just drawing. What can I see?
You can tell that they are, like, teacher and student, the way that Barbara sat on the desk.
Well, Ian said you were terrified. Well, something must have frightened you.
It's not that so much. I'm fed up. No one believes me.
But you didn't see who it was.
Too dark, maybe.
It was like that, a light touch on the shoulder. I couldn't have been mistaken.
Well, I believe you.
Grandfather says that it's impossible for anyone to live out there.
It's just that he finds it difficult to go against his scientific facts.
Yeah, an alien planet with no life, everything's been turned to rock or stone or sand. So he wouldn't believe there was life.
I was wondering if
My
perhaps you...
dear boy, these eternal questions of yours. Do I know where we are, I suppose?
Now listen, Doctor, I don't want to argue with you. We're fellow travellers whether we like it or not, but for heaven's sake, try and see it from our point of view. You've uprooted us violently from our own lives.
You pushed your way into the ship, young man.
Oh, he did, yeah.
What are we going to do? Can we live here? What do we eat? There are
A
millions of
very
questions.
good idea. I'm hungry.
What's that?
Oh, did you want something to eat? What would you like?
Yes.
Bacon and eggs.
All right, bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs, yes.
But,
TARDIS is fully automatic.
Yes, certainly.
Okay, so that thing can cook anything. I'd like a roast dinner, please. It just comes as a little pallet thing, yeah.
Eggs and bacon.
Little cube.
Bacon and eggs.
what, this?
Go on, try it.
My word, it tastes just like bacon and eggs.
Not bad. What do you think, Barbara?
I think it's delicious.
My bacon's a bit salty.
But it shouldn't be, it's English.
Seriously, Doctor. How do you do it?
Well, food has component parts, dear boy. Flavors are rather like primary colours, you know. You blend two to achieve a third and so on.
The thought of that, is that really far ahead of its time? Because they do things like that now.
Susan, would you like something to eat?
No, thanks, I'm not hungry.
Oh, Charles, that's unusual. I do hope your effects outside the ship hasn't affected you too much.
What's that?
Oh, I thought at first it was Ian tapping on the thing behind, but it's not.
There was somebody there.
Just see a Dalek stood there. But it was a human hand, so...
Something must have made that noise.
Please, can't we get out of here?
Ah, but the city, I must see the city.
But why?
I would not be questioned.
Hear a tap outside again.
Why endanger the rest of us by staying here?
Grandfather, please.
Oh, so he's leaving. Maybe the ship's not going to let him leave, or... What's he doing? Cheeky man, you. What are you doing?
The next forest I walk through, I want them all to be made of wood.
Yep. Has he done that on purpose?
What's the matter?
Uh-oh.
I don't know. The power take-up was rising normally and...
Shall I trace on the port locator, Grandfather?
Yes, I think you'd better, child.
I like that little room, though.
Yes. Yes, there we are. You see, the end of it's unscrewed itself and the fluid has run out.
What have you got to spare?
He did it.
For that, this is easily repaired. All we have to do is refill it.
Oh, what liquid do you need?
Mercury.
Mercury.
Brilliant. Where are they going to get that?
Oh, can I get it for you?
No, I'm afraid you can't. We haven't any.
What?
No.
Don't you carry a supply?
No, it hasn't been necessary. This hadn't before. We shall have to get some from outside.
But where? There isn't anything outside but this...
There's the city.
Funny, that.
Of course, we're bound to get some mercury there. Yes, we're bound to. Well, I mean, what else can we do?
Oh.
Seems we have no alternative. We have to go to the city.
Yes, indeed.
I quite like his mad look with the wacky hair.
At first light, then?
He's like a kid at Christmas. Oh, the new city.
We're going to this city to find Mercury. And once we've found it, we're coming straight back here. Is that clear?
Oh, quite so, quite so.
This is where you're going to see something. Or not? Or not?
Oh, look.
Oh, don't touch it, it might go off.
What is that?
Be careful.
Is it a piece off of a Dalek?
I don't know.
I'm assuming everything is Dalek at this point.
Stand back, all of you.
It being the first of the episodes, but...
I think it's all right. A metal box.
It's when you open it.
It's a
Bang.
box of glass files. Look.
Oh,
Susan, will you take these into the ship, please?
Yes.
the ship takes off with her inside. I love it. What's interesting as well is that we haven't seen how he got the TARDIS. Was that only built later into the story?
I must say, I don't feel too good myself. Look, why don't we get this over with quickly?
Maybe the air condition is slightly different. Aha! There's one there!
Why don't we separate and go different ways and meet back here in, say, 10 minutes, all right?
Fine. I'll go this way.
Sounds like a plan. The Daleks. Oh. It's the Daleks. That is a Dalek camera, that is. Looks similar to the end of their, the eye. A great camera shot. Barbara! They're coming to get you, Barbara. The doors are shutting. It's like a maze, like a house of mirrors. That's cool. It's all shut, you can't get out.
Oh, there you are. Any luck?
No, how about you?
No. Barbara should be here by now. Barbara? We'll give her a couple of minutes more, and then if she's not back, we'll have to go and look for her.
Someone just goes, yes? There's a cool shot with the reflection. Oh god. They're really trapping her in. Closing off the air supply. Was it a lift?
We've waited long enough for her. We must go and find her.
Yeah, it's a lift, I think. Hey, the Daleks! I should be like, ooh, the Dalek! Oh, that was cool. The Survivors coming up next. Okay, that was really interesting. The fact that they built that suspense the entire time, right up until the last, the very, very last shot. And I love that. Do you know what would be really funny? Is if when they were in the making of this, they hadn't actually quite built the Daleks yet, and all they had was the eye thing, or like a part of the head. So the way to get around it was to build the suspense, due to not having it in time, build the suspense and just show that on the very last shot, and yet the rest of the Dalek never existed at that point until later when they built the full thing. Also saves on the budget, I suppose. Film a couple of actors roaming around some halls in some very small confined spaces, and it makes an entire episode, and it does stretch that budget quite a lot, and it stretches the episode, especially reusing hallways and special camera techniques, and that brilliantly done. Like the low tilted angle in the hallways and the camera behind the wall kind of style where she puts her hand over the camera to make it look like it's part of the wall. Brilliantly done. I say brilliantly done with a lot of these, so apologies. I feel like I should say more in-depth technical info, but they are very well done, especially for the time as well. Now, if that kind of thing was done, if it was done as a vintage thing and, you know, harking back to those days, then yeah, it would make sense. But if they did that now with actual shows, people probably go, oh well, that was kind of basic and kind of simple. Whereas back then, that was pretty good. That was a, you know, in some ways there was a very high technical level with putting it all together in one episode as live recording. I hope you're really enjoying the content here, and if you do like this kind of thing, if you do love Doctor Who, and if you do like seeing my reactions and what I think to the episodes and following me on my journey of watching Classic Who, then please feel free to subscribe. It is amazing. It's free to subscribe, but if you do want to check out the full reactions and some other content as well, go and check out my Patreon as well. I love bringing you guys a range of content of not just me watching Doctor Who, but watching films as well, because it is more often than not going to be a film, but because I have now started the Doctor Who stuff, I really want to continue doing that and bring that more often. If there's anything you'd like me to check out, then please let me know in the comments below, and yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay safe, guys. Take care. You're amazing. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye, guys.